and welcome to another exciting episode of Super Desperation Radio. Hey. How you guys like? I brought it back.
Brought what back?
I brought back the jingle.
Exciting? Oh, man.
It's got to be exciting. I brought back the old Mark of the Wolves jingle, specifically for this episode.
Oh, man. But I don't feel so good.
Oh, no. What's wrong with you?
Like sinus infection. My head feels all plugged up. Cold sweats. The usual.
Dude, this is your rite of passage as a man who's moved out on his own. How you handle getting sick outside of your house is big.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it right. All it's been is like, chicken soups, water, gelatin, medicine, ginger ale, and those the usual stuff. Rest. Lots of rest.
Tony, as your doctor, I'm going to have to suggest you do more crack. It acts as a sterilizing agent for your body.
Oh, right. I should get it mixed with some bleach, too. That'll add some help.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Been reading my notes?
I just figured.
Yeah, okay. Smart guy.
Oh. So what else is going on this week? What else went on this weekend for everybody else?
Not much. Yeah.
Nobody really. I can't be the only one that didn't do shit.
I streamed, and while I was streaming, 2 different football teams got destroyed. One was the Raiders of Oakland, which, love Raiders, fuck Raider haters, And then the other team was the San Francisco 49ers.
Fucking shit, dude.
Fuck those guys. I mean,
actually, I kind of agree with you. Like, fuck those guys.
Damn.
Like, those are not the Niners I know. That's all I'm going to say.
Yo, man, it's all Kaepernick, man.
What the fuck's wrong with that guy, man?
It's also the, 16 penalties, on the Niners that wasn't so good.
I was okay with that. I thought that was excessive, but when he turned it over 3 times back-to-back, I was like, what? We gave this guy money to turn it over on first down.
Yeah.
No, man, look, all the turnovers in that game, all 4 of them, Kaepernick.
Yes.
3 interceptions, 1 fumble.
Like, does this sound right to anybody else?
At least the Chargers beat the Seahawks.
Yeah, but see, I'm not even happy about that, because you know who's in first place now, NFC West? The fucking Cardinals. Are you fucking kidding me? Jeez. What a sad day in football.
Well,
unless you're in Arizona, then fuck you. Sorry, I'm a little hurt still. I don't mean that. There's people in Arizona I like very much.
Only Coogie. I mean, that's it.
Coogie's not even a football fan now.
Doesn't matter. You still like him.
I do like Coogie because he's free to me and Mark of the Wolves.
You're both anime nerds, too.
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, Guilty Gear's anime, isn't it?
We're going to have a discussion on that, because there's definitely been some contention on that topic lately. People seem a little bit surprised to see certain characters in Guilty Gear, like they weren't supposed to be there.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, so I didn't do anything other than, we saw a Mark of the Wolves tournament in Japan last night, or Saturday night.
That was fun.
That was pretty sick.
Holy shit, that was fun. So, Knock and I really wanted to go. But, we couldn't make it due to money.
To Japan?
Yeah, of course, Japan. Goddamn.
I didn't know you guys had passports.
We didn't tell people, yeah. So, yeah, it sucked. Tournament was good. Really sloppy, but really good. Grand Finals, it was a 2v2. Grand Finals came down to both teams had Dong and Kevin, which was great.
I learned so much from watching that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it had the 2 best dongs in the country.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah, and they still lost to the same shit I lose to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, you suck.
I know I suck. I'm not even trying to put myself on that level. But to see those 2 guys lose to the same shit I lose to, I'm like, all right. It's like, at least I know I'm not hopeless. I can also lose like the pros.
Yeah. So there was what was it? I think there was a total of like 120 people, about like 60, almost 64 teams. It was like 60 to 64 teams.
They didn't stream the whole thing, did they?
No, they didn't stream the whole thing, sadly. Would have been great if they did. The top four, once again, first and second, were Dong and Kevin. I forgot if third was Terry Kane or Kevin, or I'm sorry, or Grant Kane.
I think it was Grant Kane.
Okay, Grant Kane third and Terry Kane fourth. So that was good. And then we had the team I was rooting for had Marco and Tzok on it, and they lost.
They got top 8 though, man.
They got top 8, okay, and they were cosplaying as their character. So the Marco player, who's the best Marco in Japan, was cosplaying as Orange Marco, the color he uses, and the best Tzok player was cosplaying as Blue Tzok, the color he uses. It was sick. It was awesome.
Blue Tzok's the best Tzok.
Because he Dodger fan. That's why, man. See?
No.
God damn it! I'm glad you didn't bring up the other bit of news from this weekend about that, but we won't. That's not even related to this show.
No, there's no reason to bring up two different blowouts.
Oh.
No, one was a blowout for you guys. The other was a blowout for us. Simple stuff.
Pretty much.
I'm not going to sit here and be one of those idiots. Hey, this loss never happened for us. No. My team is better than that. Yeah, the tournament was really good. The archive should be up on Acho's secondary channel.
I think it's already up. Yeah, I saw like something in my feed this morning.
Oh, let me go check.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, I forgot what Acho's secondary channel is. Like 003 or some shit like that.
I think that might be their tournament channel.
Yeah, the tournament channel or whatever.
Shit. I think it's 03 Japan or something.
I think so. Damn, I don't think I'm subscribed to it. Oh, here it is. No, it's on
It's now Acho Battle Movie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the archives are up on Acho Battle Movie. Total of 3 hours of footage.
Yep.
Some really good matches. Some sloppy. Some great. Go check it out.
You know what I was amazed by? They had one dude commentating the entire time.
Yeah, that guy commentates every single Mark of the Wolves event.
That's insane.
They took him at the end of the tournament and threw him up into the air.
I mean, I guess he deserves that, dude, because, like, speaking from somebody who's definitely commentated for, like, 8 hours straight, 3 hours alone by yourself is like, what the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is some hardcore talking.
Hardcore talking.
Some hardcore gum flapping.
Yeah, hopefully they do something like this again next year.
I would hope so.
They need to do a thing where they do like Third Strike and Mark of the Wolves, like one event, and just boom. That way they can get all the players for both games to show up. And then they can rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have some kind of cross-game tournament?
No, just rumble. That's it.
Oh. So, in the streets?
Of course.
Yes.
You know how I do, man.
You don't know about my finger snaps.
Oh, yes, the finger snaps. Those are like, you got to announce your arrival. They're like horns, except painful. But yeah, so I really liked that tournament. That was probably the first live Mark of the Wolf tournament I'd ever seen.
And you were watching it with me and Knock, and you were listening to us get stupid and go crazy.
Yeah, it's like the only thing that you guys ever get stupid and crazy for.
It's like, wait, Gibby's excited. What the fuck is this?
I know.
Shit?
I'm kind of like, maybe I'll enjoy myself tonight. And the best part was like I was actually understanding certain things about the game, so that was kind of nice. Usually I watch Mark the Wolves videos and I'm kind of like, what?
Oh, he did the thing.
Yeah, he did the thing. It worked. All right, that's good. And now a little bit more experienced in the game, I guess, even though it's still sucking ass. I noticed some nuances, so that's nice for me after such a long time of playing the game and not getting any of it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping more people, get interested in the game or something.
I hope. Well, we'll see. Like, there's definitely like I was telling you on the weekend where like freaking Japan was literally streaming everything that they ever came out with, and like they were all like 30-man tournaments. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking like, fuck, dude, like to get what 30 people in America want to play fucking Project Justice right now that live in the same area. I mean, obviously it's different for us than it is for Japan, but still, that's just kind of like that's kind of sad. I was like, damn,
I'd play the shit out of Project Justice.
I know, but
just letting you know.
The thing is, like, if you live in Japan, you can kind of just be like, I'll go out and play some Product Justice. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? They're spoiled, man. We need to fucking get on that all-net shit.
So yeah, was that Undernight tournament you linked to anything big?
I ended up not watching it because it was like 2 a.m. and like they were just running the intro over and over again. So, I'm sure it turned into something and that'll end up on one of the fan-based Uniel channels on YouTube. And if Sonato was there, he was probably beating everybody with Akatsuki or Eltonum. So that's cool. I was beating people online this weekend. That's what I did. I was beating people. You can ask Breaker Dave.
Oh, did you give Breaker Dave the work?
I gave his chaos to work, so no.
Oh, yes.
But you still gave him the work.
I gave him the fucking bop. Yeah, that shit was free.
Fuck that lizard up. Like, he couldn't do shit.
Oh, man, that lizard. You couldn't tell whose blood it was. Carmine's or the lizard's.
Damn.
Yeah. And so that was cool. I'm slowly making my way back into that game because it spent way too much time not getting played because I was busy trying to not go nuts at work. So that's cool. Definitely got to get Tony to start coming in on his responsibilities. Got to get that daily blow up going. IPW doesn't pay you to get sick.
Yeah, it also doesn't pay me for my computer to crash when I try and stream something from a console. So that's something I really need to figure out. It causes a lot of weird like artifacting on my computer, which already kind of scares me, and then it'll just fucking straight up crash.
Oh, what are you using?
I'm using an AverMedia live game recorder HD or something like that. It's an internal card.
Oh, okay.
So I mean I just need to do some more testing and stuff. So yeah, the problem is that a lot of times when I try and do stuff, usually if I'm like adjusting just like the size of the window, not necessarily the resolution itself, like my computer will just fucking freeze. So that's a problem.
All right. Well, when you fix that, get back to work.
Yeah, I will. I gotta unpack my stuff still. I still haven't even done that.
Well, what was I talking about? Nah, whatever.
Undernight.
Yeah. So Undernight's fun. Keep playing it, people. It's not dead. Some people were saying that, they were starting to speculate that it may or may not be, in the best of health currently, and I'm not
even gonna acknowledge this garbage anymore. This is just it can eat my ass.
Yeah, it's kind of just like somebody said it, so it must be true, right?
Yeah, it's
basically the game is dead or some dumb shit.
Like somebody says, like, "Lol, Kappa, fucking kiss my ass, please." Just eat all of my ass. Like, it's getting more numbers than some of the other anime games at this event. Like, yeah,
it's getting numbers equal to old dead Marvel 3.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
well, P4U 2 just came out, so we all knew people were just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna spend some time on this before I go back to either focusing on."
If you look at this last Stickbug tournament, and I know it's not fair to use one tournament as a fucking basis for anything, but this one event had Uniel with like over 20 entrants, and Undernight Uniel at over 20, and P4U2 at 10, maybe 8.
Damn. That's like
it's definitely a game that's gonna be. I think Undernight can be a game that's gonna be around for a while. It's not like it constantly changing or updating like a billion times like other games. Plus,
it was for a while there in arcade, but in arcade, not in console.
Yeah, but we didn't have to deal with it, nor did we have to buy multiple revisions of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no Undernight 2015.
Oh shit.
What?
I mean, there might be, but we don't know about
Ultra
it yet.
Night.
Wait, if there's no 2015, how will I know what the latest version of Undernight is?
Just wait for Ultra Night.
Oh, okay.
Plus, the game is just really solid and easy to pick up. So there's no reason for it to not be played at all times.
I definitely played a guy this weekend who was playing Akatsuki, and he really just emphasized how good blocking is in this game, because you can't chip anybody out. There's no guards break. I mean, there is, but it's not like you just can't keep hammering away until the guard just breaks. You got to be smart about it. And the guy was just a really good blocker, and I just stopped playing. I was like, fuck, can't fucking hurt this guy. He's taking all my throws. It's got a DP every time I think about, putting a gap in there to, like, catch him with a free EX command grab. Nothing. Couldn't do shit. So, yeah. Very, very solid fighting game.
Fight Gam.
Fight Gam. Man, fuck blockers.
Yeah.
Don't block me. I'm Carmine. What am I supposed to do to you?
Look, you're supposed to block with your face. That's the whole RTSD style,
Well, that's what Carmine does. He literally can't help but block with his face. Because if he blocks with his arms, then he's gonna get grabbed anyway. His arms are too short to box with Waldstein.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got arms long enough to box with Waldstein.
You can't even hotbox with Waldstein. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Merkava, come on.
Well, maybe. But we got that lung capacity though. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't think he's got the endurance.
Yeah.
I think he's good in short bursts. Just take a really big hit and then be like, I'm out.
Yep. Just that quarter circle back A, stretches, takes a hit, jumps off.
Yep.
Yeah, just like, I'm out.
Catch me tomorrow. And so, I mean, that's pretty much it as far as I know, like, fighting game related. Everybody else is talking about Smash all weekend.
That's a fight game, sort of.
Are we, like, I don't even know what to say anymore. I've always considered it a fighting game, but at the same time, for a long time, people didn't know what the fuck to call it.
It's a
This
fight.
one-
You fight.
I mean, whatever. It's a competitive game.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Especially this newest one seems like it definitely has more of a balance between the casual and the more competitive aspects from what I've seen so far.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like a lot more characters can do a bunch of silly things. But everyone's generally good. I'm sure there's probably some people that suck really bad and all this other stuff, but I don't know. They definitely have in mind to try to appeal to both demographics at this point, which is really nice because Nintendo generally doesn't, respond to their audience in those certain ways because they kind of have their own ideals about games.
Right.
So it's really nice to see that they didn't compromise their own ideals, and yet at the same time they still decided to keep themselves open to, try to appease more people. So it's nice. If only certain things had online still, because it seems like Nintendo still doesn't really care about online.
Well, in Smash Brothers' case, like, I think you'll be able to find somebody to play Smash with.
That's true, but like, I don't know if you know about Smash Run. It's a mode that's very similar to other things, like people always say, like Kirby's Air Ride, which was another game made by Sakurai, where there was city trials where you would go around for a period of time, collect all these power-ups. So essentially in Smash Brothers, for 5 minutes, you go through like this really big overworld, and you collect power-ups, attack enemies, do like these little mini-game things to try and get more power-ups.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it pulls out a random game mode, and you don't know what it is and what is really good because each one of the upgrades you get, like, oh, this will upgrade your movement speed, this will upgrade your damage, this will upgrade your knockback. And then there's like a little mini game where it's like, oh, this is like, you got to keep jumping, so if you have increased jumping ability, you'll do better. Or this one's a race to the end if you're faster at running, so you might take power-ups in the wrong way. It's a neat little mode, and it's really cool to play, but it has no online feature for that. You can only play just like typical versus online with other people.
That's weird.
So some of the extra modes don't have online. And like you said, there will be people that play Smash. Smash is a huge game. You'll be able to find people like locally.
Let's go to a college.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just kind of like disappointing that you can't play this special mode online with other people. Like, I have friends that I don't live necessarily that close to, but would like to enjoy to play with them at any time I'd like. So it's a mixed bag.
They pretty much just like buy the next Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party still not having online is really depressing.
That's like an easy one too, isn't it?
Kinda. I mean, you gotta make sure that it syncs well on the mini games and not lag.
Wow. Well, everybody cheats during the mini games anyway. It doesn't matter.
I just feel like I don't know. They still don't care that much. They're always trying to be about this couch co-op stuff, but it's like, you gotta realize it.
Well, that's what they market to. All the commercials are like, like shiny, nice families
get together
on the
and
couch,
play.
like, hey, you haven't talked to your kids in a week. Let's play Mario World.
But the problem is that I have friends that live in the Midwest, that live in like the Rockies. I have, they live all over the place, and it's just like,
And Nintendo's like, their internet is terrible anyway.
yeah, you know what I mean. It's just they need to realize that with the way that the internet is and how we have so many interactions with different people, that honestly, online play should be the next big thing in gaming.
Yeah.
And not just like it's like, check out this brand new console we got, and it has like all these cores, and it's got gigabytes and all this, like
no
tons,
Destiny.
like eights, the number 8 is thrown in there, but it's giga, and it's just like, all right, well, that's cool, but rather than making this console more powerful, why don't you actually try and like make infrastructure better? Why don't you try to make other things better? Why don't you actually try and make gameplay better rather than just, oh dude, look at it. It's like I'm seeing a Hollywood movie while I'm playing video games, but the game's a hunk of junk. Like, come on.
Like, stop stroking your nipples and get back to work, right?
Yeah, I mean, just do something. Infrastructure is the way of the future. I mean, it already has been for like the past 30 years.
Yeah, but are they going to build infrastructure around games? That's the thing. Is that going to be enough of a market for them to say, hey, we're going to lay pipe for this game? Yes, that's right. I went there.
I just feel like all these upgrades are unnecessary, considering, look at the big games that are being sold on like the PS4 and stuff. It's like, check it out, we got all this power, but now we're also getting all the indie games. Don't you want to play Hotline Miami, that game people played like 3 years ago on the PC? It doesn't have a lot of graphics, but it's a solid game people enjoy. It's like, just, why don't you focus more on actually doing something good that people could use? I'm sure that there's different types of netcode other than rollback or delay that people could develop at this point. Just nobody's really putting too much effort into.
I think they're scared at this point.
Oh, hold on. There's more online code than rollback?
Yeah, I'm more
What?
certain.
There's a guy on Steam that's gonna like bite your nuts off for saying that.
I don't believe this. Like, I've been lied to these past couple of years. Whenever it keeps telling me the only like online code you can use is rollback.
Yeah, I don't know.
JJ Payo.
I'm just getting really tired of all these console updates that don't do anything other than throwing a little power.
You know what the biggest disappointment for that, and I think we brought this up last week, was like the KOF 13 system, where like they kept supposedly fixing the netcode, and it just kept getting worse.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, can you even fix this? Is it even possible to fix whatever this is that you call netcode? Because it's only making it worse.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, if Smash Brothers has better netcode than KOF 13, pack it up.
Another thing is that even certain simple things that aren't just netcode but have to do with gaming in general are really stupid how they work. Okay, so I don't know the deal on Ultra Street Fighter 4 for the PC, but in Skullgirls, they made sure that when you unplug a controller and plug one in on any version, including like PC, the game will instantly recognize that a new controller's been plugged in. Like, isn't that such a novel idea? Something so basic. But then you have other things like you get on GGPO or even just like any PC game in general that has controller support. You have to close the whole game, reopen it, and it's like, oh, there was this plugged in at all times? Oh, sorry about that. We didn't notice. So what is it with developers just like having small oversights on things like that? Like the most basic stuff. Like, this is stuff that I really love Lab Zero for, because Mike definitely thinks about all the little things that are just should be standardized. So it's stuff that I shouldn't marvel at. Be like, wait a minute, I plug in my controller and the game recognizes it? Whoa!
Yeah,
like
It's like going to the bathroom. Dude, there's fucking toilet paper in this one.
What?
Actually,
there's soap? I can wash my hands after I'm done? Oh my god!
Do you want me to put the toilet paper in the toilet and flush it? I don't have to throw it away in a trash can?
Yeah, right. I don't know. It's just like some of these like normal things. Like, if developers spent more time just kind of making these things better and more standardized, then I could see them going for it. But just like, get the basics down. And then there's their like $70 million gigantic scope of a game that lasts like 3 hours because they're like, oops, we messed up. Like Mr. 3.3 million himself. I mean, I'm sure he argued that, but it's like, hey, couldn't you have just made a game under that budget at some point and, finished it? Actually completed the game? Not just make the first half of it and then say you need more money? Like, come on.
Well, we had a vision in mind that we wanted to reach before we decided to ask for, more money to make another game, which is the inevitable thing.
Or other things like, I don't know, like Mighty Number 9, how it's like, hey, give us more money so we can get like voice acting and things. I'm like, I understand that people do like that stuff, but like, did you really spend all the money already? I mean, I get that you need a team and they need to be able to live. Like, what's going on?
You're basically starting a company that's going to be providing employees with certain benefits, like, food and money, I imagine. And whatever else you're promising them. Now, here's the thing I wonder about. Are a lot of these like companies popping up asking for money and then just providing their employees with like the best experience, Where like they're not just there to work, they're getting like freaking like hot dogs at dinner time and fucking beer fridges and shit and ping pong tables. You've heard the stories about those startups where like people go and barely ever work and all they do is fuck off and play foosball all day, and then they're tweeting about it and they're like, "Oh, I love my job." Like, is that what's going on with these crowdfunded startups? Because if it is, that's a problem. I mean, I think the most noble thing you can do is to make a game for the people, by the people, funded by the people. That's a really noble pursuit, and you should probably be eating shit while you're doing it, or be as close to eating shit as possible while you're doing it. Because the last thing anybody wants to hear is, hey, I think a percentage of the money I gave you didn't go towards making this game as much as it went towards, that gold-plated toilet you got in the bathroom. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is just like super generalized, and we can't say this about everyone, but it does feel like it's almost like the most recent scandal, which isn't that much of a scandal considering people know this all the time. Yeah. All these organizations, all these charities, all these donations, things like the ALS research. It's like, did you know that 71% of that money goes to advertising and like the remaining 29% actually goes to funding research for this stuff? So it's like, did you know that only 21% of your Kickstarter donations go to actually making the game and instead help fund our corporation? I don't know. It's just like, I understand people need to live. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to make money. But like, can't you just make the game? It's just difficult.
But the ice cream social.
It just feels like Kickstarter is a great way to start funding things because they don't have to deal with publishers and other corporations and things like that. And that's totally cool. But I think people take it way too liberally to where it's like, because you guys gave us money and we had a projected outcome, but we don't have an actual schedule because nobody's breathing down our necks like these corporations, we'll put it out in 8 years.
Exactly.
It's like, come on, dude.
Well, like, thanks to your donations, I was able to get a new kidney. The game was already done, though.
Or like Mr. 3.3 million himself. He's like, I'm going to make this game. Thanks for the money. We're actually making a different game than we advertise now. Also, it's half done. And it's like, come on.
Who are you talking about, by the
something. Way? Tim Schafer.
Wait, what did he do?
He took the money and he made like, what is it, Shadow Age or whatever, part 1. And then they were like, oh, dude, don't you understand? I got to pay like my people in San Francisco like, what was it, like $10,000 a month or something like that, and
he was supposed to be fucking remaking what's it called? That LucasArts game. Fuck.
I mean, he probably is, but then he was like, "Hey, we need money to make the second part of this game too. We're not begging for it, but we need this money if you want to see it." But and then like people were like, "Well, does that like this other game was made for only $2 million? Couldn't you have just made it within that scope rather than spending the 3.3?" And then, he never responded. Yeah, he had this whole argument about like, oh, I got to pay people living wages and stuff to make this game and all this other stuff and money for the game right now. And then it's like, yeah, but couldn't you have just done it in like a smaller scope than you actually had.
Mind you, he's talking about a living wage in San Francisco, and mind you, he's talking about a living wage in San Francisco where you could be living in a place that's affordable.
I mean, does it have to be in San Francisco?
Does it have to be? And if it's in San Francisco, does it have to be in the Mission?
Yeah, right.
You
You couldn't you couldn't have moved to like Daly City or
the
somewhere in
Sunset,
Bay or
like live with a nice, quiet Asian family that owns an in-law. They will
What
charge
about,
you $800.
Why not move up to like Fairfield or inward to like Stockton, someplace that's cheap, but it's still close.
Yeah.
You don't have to live in San Francisco, especially when you're making games. Like, I'm pretty sure all that shit, can go online. You can just live somewhere that's somewhat civilized, but also ridiculously cheap.
I don't know about Stockton, but
Well, not Stockton.
yeah, nobody.
You know what I mean? Tracy. something really casual. Like, it's a little town.
Yeah, I know. No, I totally hear what you're saying, and that's that's been a fear of mine ever since people started kickstarting video games, and we
No, 'cause I
get
think
to really
some
see
stuff
any.
is like Shovel Knight. Oh my god, that game's amazing.
But I feel like Shovel Knight was already almost like a thing before they kickstarted it.
Well, that's true, but I mean, that's perfectly fine by my standards. Like,
Yeah.
if they had a game that was already made and they're like, hey, help us polish it and help really push it out, and then people were like, okay. I mean, that was great. I love it. It still has stuff that has to be added to the game, like extra playable characters and things like that. But the core game itself is complete. You can play through the entire single player. There's plenty of little unlockables and cool things that you can do. I love that game. It's amazing. It really has a good feel to it. Everything about it's pretty great. And they did it. Of course, they delayed their game by like 3 months because of the whole... we've had issues like this before where it's like they wanted to make sure all the really big bugs were fixed, which I could understand that, rather than pushing out a broken product. And at the same time, they had to get it, approved through like Nintendo and stuff. But they had to make sure their builds were good. So, I mean, it just happens. There are definitely good things that come from this. There are definitely people who abuse this. There's definitely people who, like, don't understand the scope of games. And they're like, wow, this was, like, way harder and way more expensive than we thought originally. Sorry, guys. And, like, that's understandable. But it's just... I think that there needs to be, like, some more research done into it. And I don't know. These websites they obviously don't really hold people accountable to certain things. It's just, kind of fine. I just feel like, you pay with your own money. You obviously don't have to donate to any of these. So just really think about what you're donating to and see if it's really going to work out. Because when I'm going to donate to, like, cardboard shoes that you can wear all the time for, like, a penny, and then I'm like, I'm going to put $500 in this because this seems like a good idea, and then, it's garbage or whatever. I don't know. There's definitely some really whack ideas out there that people have donated. I think one of them I saw was actually like it was like thumb drive storage, but it was on a cardboard container, and for like $35 you got like four 4-gigabyte thumb drives, and it was also in a cardboard container. It's like, oh, if you need to give someone something and you don't need it back, or it's just like disposable memory, and I'm like, I could definitely go to the store and pay $20 and get like 4 8-gigabyte ones that are made out of plastic that I still won't need, and it's cheaper. So what was the point? Is this the novelty? I don't know. There's a lot of different aspects to go on with that, but I don't think it's a bad thing by any means, but you definitely need to be wary of
Buyer beware.
Yeah, like, don't take everything for face value. Do some research, and then even at that point, even if everything sounds legit, who knows? It could be a Ponzi scheme for all we know. Whatever.
Of course, it's a Ponzi scheme.
So just be aware. There's a lot of things that happen too. Nobody's perfect, so like obviously there could be like, hey, we were making this game, and thanks for all the money, but the director is sick, or someone got cancer and shit, and I don't know, just like anything can happen, like Murphy's Law. So.
That's what the
Who knows?
benefits are for.
Yeah, so just be aware. Don't think that I'm like some super jaded, everyone on Kickstarter is awful, or like, oh man, everything's so amazing. Just really take things one at a time. That's all I can say.
Speaking of super jaded.
My God, the potato salad Kickstarter was amazing. Just because that was the greatest scam that wasn't a scam. but it was kind of a scam because people are stupid. Like, it's like that's always those things where like, haha, dude, I love jokes. Like, let's give this guy $56,000 to make potato salad. Like, haha, I'm so funny, guys. I gave him $100. Look how funny I am. Ha ha ha. And it's like, those jokes I'd never get where it's just like, you know how you always see like homeless panhandlers and they give them money, and then you see the panhandler that goes out there and he's wearing a nice suit and he's clean trimmed and stuff like that, and they're like, haha, I'm gonna give money to the rich looking guy because he obviously doesn't need it. I'm such a funny and charismatic person.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
ha, ha. And it's like you realize that guy probably really didn't need the money, and you just gave him like way more you would give any homeless person because you thought it was funny at the time. And you go and
thought the homeless person was fucked up for begging in the first place, right?
Yeah, and it's like, come on, dude. Like, it's just a matter of you're the idiot. Why did you do that?
Tony, you're getting into some shit.
I always
think
do.
you're on the cough drop medicines right
Yeah,
now.
man.
You're the loopy on NyQuil right now.
It's Dayquil, okay?
Shit.
I could already like imagine Tony like 80 years from now just like writing letters to the editor.
I'm just gonna become the next.
It's not even in New York Times anymore. He's just, Dear New York Times.
Yeah.
I gotta remember when the last time I took this Dayquil was, but I think it's time for me to take some more.
Why is your paper not coming in 50 font print?
Jesus Christ.
I'll have text-to-speech by that point. I don't even need to see the internet anymore. Just listen to the internet.
I wouldn't want to listen to the internet.
That'd be pretty sick.
I kind of do.
I would not want to have the internet on tape. Have you ever thought about that? Like, you would just have fucking screamers and porn going off on you at all times.
Oh, shit.
Like, listen to this. Listen to the internet. Burger anime girls found house.
No.
That's what
Why would you want to listen to this shit?
Well, they said burger, which I love, and then there's anime, which sucks, and then...
Wow, really? Oh my god.
It's getting all the buzzwords that I need. Like,
Dude, look at this. Like, think about the fact that if you don't have, like, any kind of control over ads on the internet and somebody is reading the internet to you, how horrible is this? Like, look at me. Let me just go to Yahoo right now. Here's why Disney characters rarely have mothers. Blah, 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 blah. Olive Garden advertisement. I don't need this shit.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
pretty...
you gotta think about it, the way that everything's devolving, like, we have Twitter, which is, like, one of the biggest social media streams, and you're limited to 140 characters, so people come up with shorthands. Oh boy, I love seeing SMH, like, the 100th time on fucking Twitter and shit like that. But what I'm trying to say is that there's that, and then people are like, haha, memes, Doge, like, all this other shit, everything is being truncated down to such a point and boiled down to just the fucking core of whatever it is that it's just all going to be terrible. The internet is literally going to be pictures and one-word posts in the future.
Actually, it already is.
But I mean, it's going to be even worse. Like, there's going to be no content. Nobody's going to know how to spell. Essentially, we're going to go back to like hieroglyphics and stuff like that. And it's just going to be pictures, and people will be like, haha, that was so funny.
Like on the wall, walk away.
Like,
that brings up the
these
question.
people worshipped cats, and it's like, no, they just really like cat pictures. Like, come on.
But I was thinking, if somebody's reading the internet to you, would they sound out the shorthand? Like, right now, would it be run? And shake my head would be smuh? Because people sound out lol. Like,
Smitch, lol, lel. What is it, lel? What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is lol? What's all this kick shit?
It's like they reverse engineered laughing out loud to sound like it's like your pinky's out, you know? So there's a way to be... There's a way to shorthand with pinky out.
People are going to think Kappa is some sort of declaration of war because they're going to read
is.
the post, but they're going to be like, yeah, you fucking suck, Kappa.
Hey,
like,
all I know is when I hear somebody say Kappa out loud, I want to sock them in the face.
well, yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, people say the most horrible shit, or like, oh, it's just a joke, dude. Obviously, that face I post makes it okay, you know? It's just like saying, like, I don't know.
JK.
It's like, It's like, or even like going down back to the very basic, like, I don't mean any disrespect, but you're a giant fucking idiot. And it's like, oh, thanks, dude, as long as you didn't mean any disrespect by that, you know? I was going to get upset there for a second, but luckily you prefaced that sentence with that you didn't mean any disrespect at all. I love you. You're great. You know what I'm trying to say? People are idiots.
You good there, Tony?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm sick.
Excellent.
That cough medicine, bud. Got him tripping.
Tony tripping balls on the show. And I came here to watch you set yourself on fire.
I know, man. I didn't even get a chance to. Like, I got the lighter fluid and everything, and then Tony starts going off. Now I want to live.
Wow, I can't be suffering nearly as bad as this man who gets really pissed off when his type is not New Times New Roman.
Dear
Oh, man.
New York Times, I found a section on video games to be lacking.
What the fuck do you mean this is written out in Calgary? I don't want this.
What do you mean it's my destiny to play this game? This is the worst title for an article I've ever read.
Oh, my God.
I'm going on lighter news, and you got any more rant in there, Tony?
Yeah.
I hate Twitch chat.
Okay,
I really
thank
do.
you. Thanks, we've gone up. Thank you. Thanks for playing, Tony. I wanted to go over something that I really enjoyed, which was the grudge matches they had at Wednesday Night Fights.
That was amazing last week.
That shit was hilarious. It was easily the most fun I've had watching SF4 in a long time.
They actually made it compelling, and probably not even on purpose.
This shit had like its own narrative. Like,
Did you see the shit that happened afterwards?
what, the post-fight interview?
Apparently, there was like some Facebook drama afterwards.
Okay, so funny thing about that. There's that Facebook group that they're all in. I guess it's like by invitation only.
Okay.
And I somehow got in there.
Oh shit.
So I was actually instigating a different grudge match for like the longest time by being a jackass and offending both parties. Well, actually offending the party that probably would win more than the loser one. But it actually did involve the Sid Dro guy, which is one of the people
Right.
that was in the match that happened, and he might be part of another match. I won't spoil it who it's going to be against yet, but if you happen to be part of that group, you probably know.
Yeah, I think I know
But,
who it is.
Yeah, apparently shit went off.
Yeah, it was fucking
Went
bad,
off
dude.
after that.
Like I couldn't I didn't know who Sid Row was until I watched the video, and I was like, oh, okay, this dude looks like he doesn't talk to anybody at all. Like he's just like the quiet dude. And then I see him on Facebook, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
The shit that got me going is that people started circulating a video of him rapping. Like,
Yeah, fucking yes.
dude's got bars, man. Like, I'm not saying they're the best bars, but he's got bars.
I mean, he definitely has them.
Bars. I'm not saying I bumped this shit driving down Crenshaw. Like people aren't gonna come up to me and be like, "Yo, what's that tape you got in there?"
Dude just be running across the street just to get at you.
Yo, this is that Bushin style, dog. Shaking your hand.
But I thought the match was whatever the fuck. The quality of play was whatever. The commentary was great because it got Eris to do it. But
Yeah.
the fact that dudes were legit upset at each other, like when what the fuck the other dude's name was EX
Yeah.
when he was mounted a comeback. Like, that shit had me going. I also like the fact that he calls himself EX and he wastes me. Like, bruh, you speak to me. If only you were winning. That shit was tight as
Had
fuck.
to keep it real, man.
Like, dude, he lived by that shit. Like, yo, I got 3 meters. This shit's a red focus waiting to rip.
Dude, that shit was like a heartbreaker because I was like, he must see some shit like 10 years down the road that this dude don't even know he's about to do. He just gotta let it rip. And he messed up. Okay, you know.
The one thing that had me like seriously throw up the hands in the what the fuck was when he did a red focus, didn't even charge it, and just backdash canceled it. I'm like, dude, you spent the meter on it. I'm letting this bitch rip. Some Beyblade shit right here.
This is like no other reason to do that shit, right?
Yeah, like I'm sitting on this. It's going all the way, max charge. I don't care if you jumped over it. I'm hoping that you're sticking your hand in. You get smacked up.
Tell him.
But the upcoming match.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking. All right. So it's Myers versus Low Tier God, right?
Low Tier God. I know next to nothing about this guy other than he makes some kind of videos that I have not watched either.
I can only say from my experience that, excuse me, at first I thought the guy was just like, random casual, wanting to try to dip his feet in the scene, and ended up running into a random jackass at, Super Arcade, which happens. I'm sure it happens. And so maybe that soured him a little bit. But these days, I really believe that Low Tier God might be the biggest work in FGC history.
You think?
I think that is the most, I won't say well-played angle, but it's a consistent angle.
This is some quality heel work we haven't seen for some time.
Exactly. This dude definitely knows how to get heat. And not cheap heat. They are mad at this dude.
Dude is getting people legit tight. He's cutting these promos, and he's got the thing that's got me is this $1 Million Man
yeah, dude.
match. So the match is, I think it's a first of 5, and initially, I think Alex Myers didn't want to play the guy, stating, I'm so much better than him. Why should I have to play him? Which, let me put a quick aside here. If someone is below your level of play, put them away, prove it, and then go rest on your laurels.
Exactly.
That's all don't say that I'm better than you and not play them. You put them away because, shit's going to be easy. You dust your hands off and then be like, don't come at me again until you're good. You can't just say, I'm so much better than you, I don't have to play you. That's clowny.
Not without actually having played them. And
yeah. Until you've, unless you have a win record, would be like, bruh. Here's the tournament records. Here's money matches we had before. I have a 95% win rate. You can kiss my ass. Then maybe you can refuse the match. But
I don't know why you would, but it's free money.
But they got him to agree under the stipulation that if Myers wins, Low Tier God has to put out a video stating that he sucks, that he is in fact, and I quote, a fraud, and then put that shit up on YouTube.
Oh my god.
But instead of having Myers do the same if he wins, Low Tier God is requesting that Myers do 30 push-ups on stream.
Oh.
He's going to supervise those push-ups, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not going to let him get away with slop push-ups.
Yeah. Because that dude looks...
Yeah, the dude, I think somebody linked me to a video of this guy earlier, and he was showing the Low Tier God workout.
Oh, that dude lifts.
Yeah, he lifts. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to let Myers get away with, one knee on the floor push-ups or,
Look,
counting the down and up part as one each.
So I've seen, after seeing Myers in person multiple times, the kid's really small, really tiny. To be honest, I don't know if he could do 30 whole push-ups.
Yeah.
30 whole legit push-ups, chest to the ground, face to the ground push-ups. I don't think he can do that.
Shit, I could barely do that.
Yeah, I know.
When I'm drunk. Forget it,
it's
sober.
just one of those things. I don't care who wins.
They're both fucked either way,
Yeah, exactly.
I look forward to this so
and
much.
And this one is coming up this Wednesday, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Sick.
There's a couple other matches that I think have been brewing that I'm looking forward to, and it's oddly enough, this isn't the level of play that I give a fuck about. This is just this hilarity around it.
Well, that's all you're gonna get really in these kind of situations, because nobody good's gonna be talking top players don't pop off anymore, man.
Well, the thing is that Myers isn't bad, and I haven't seen enough of Low Tier God to remark which way or the other. But you have to wonder, what if somebody that we would say is a middle card kind of player suddenly has the gall him to be like, you know what, Vaya, you ain't that nice. With your business you're running and your slick back hair. And just calls him out. I would want to see that.
I would too.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been talking about for years in this scene, is that, tournaments are nice and everything, but we need to break up the monotony. This is what I'm talking about. Marquee matchups, exhibitions. Put some drama behind it. Make it look real at least,
Yeah, well...
Luckily for us, it's real.
Yeah, this is some legit hate.
So, this is good. This is what I would like to see go down more often. Obviously, there's, only so much room for this shit. Nobody's going to just start shit for no reason. Although I wish they would. This is the perfect time to just start talking shit because you don't like somebody. Just bust them up.
Well, so with this match, in reality, what do you think the chances of Low Tier God winning are?
I honestly think he has a pretty good chance of winning. I don't know why. I just have this feeling that something dumb is going to happen on Wednesday night.
Like we have a nerd in here now. I think he has no chance of winning at all. I don't think he has any chance to win.
Low tier god doesn't have no chance.
I don't know, man.
Like, doesn't it feel like something weird's going to happen on Wednesday?
Dude, I want him to win so bad. I want these push-ups. Like, I want people to realize they need fitness goals.
Like, because, like, in my experience, you know, like, when it comes to exhibitions, the favored almost always, if they do win, it's not the way everybody envisioned it would happen, you know? Like, in the really obvious cases where, like, the other player was just complete fucking trash and they were just going to get beat the hell up regardless, yeah, okay, that's going to be, like, you know, straight away. But, again, these situations where the other player who might still be bad but kind of knows some gimmicks that might work out in given situations.
You know, think of it this way. Can Myers withstand the mental toll that it takes in this kind of match? He has to embarrass himself. Like, all right, maybe he's fit. And 30 push-ups isn't a thing to him, right? Mm-hmm. But what if he isn't? You know that's going to tear at him.
Yeah.
The idea of, shit, I'm going to lose. And not only am I going to lose, is I'm going to fucking prove that I'm terribly out of shape.
And it's not one of those cute little, like, haha, I can't do it, guys. Like, no, you got to do it. Like, we'll be here all fucking night till you do it.
We're going to be here all night. We're going to wrap this shit up. All the other tournaments are done at 3 a.m. You're still going to be there on number 29. And by the way, it's an up and a down part.
Yep.
Like, we need full chest contact.
We need to hear from Watts on whether or not he will ban somebody if they do not.
We need to hear from an expert on all this. Kelly, what do you think about all this stuff? Oh, never mind.
Well, Kelly's dead.
Yep, she just said that as I said this. Well,
yeah, Kelly
you're terrible, Kelly.
Kelly that they're requesting doing knuckle push-ups. Yo, fucking some knuckle clappers. You know what I'm saying?
I need to hear from Watts. Like, will either one of these guys be banned? They did not come through on their end of the deal if one of them loses.
So. Like, I honestly would think that would be almost a requisite for these type of matches with stipulations on them.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna just weasel out on that, you've lost all credibility.
And you've killed some credibility of the venue. Or at least the event.
You've made Wednesday night fights look bad. Like, why would you want to do that?
Right.
But that's why Watts is there.
Yeah,
Watts will make sure that he will put you in check.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
And then he will ban you from his arcade.
He'll be like, you can only show up when I want to talk shit to you. And from outside.
In this case, I think both will... I don't know. I'd like to say both will live up to the losing stipulation, but I really do think Myers is going to take it. Like, I've watched Low Tier play, and mind you, I'm not a good player, but you know I can really good at analyzing people play, and he's not very good.
No, I mean, like, I'm not saying he is, but he's got gimmicks.
So here's a video, the best of Low Tier God. Let's take a look here. Oh, so he's an able player, I take it.
Yes.
Okay. That's one of those characters too. Like, if he goes off.
Yeah, once Abel's got the knockdown on you.
All right, so wait. I see there's a video of him playing Gouken and getting mopped up. Okay. Man, he does cut a lot of promos in between these videos. Like, this man knows what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this guy is definitely working the crowd here.
Okay, so we got from the crowd or from the audience here saying that dude plays Rose. So that might be his main.
I'm not even going to show this guy on a fucking channel, man. What the hell am I thinking? It's got to be like, hey, man, that's going to be $80 a minute for my face on your channel.
Yeah, we don't need that shit.
We don't need that shit up in here.
Yeah, we don't
I'll tell him I'll play him in KOF for it.
All right, so we got a Rose versus Myers plays Sakura?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know how the fuck that match is supposed to go, but that should be interesting. I look forward to it. I also look forward to other matches that they're going to have for Grudge matches, because honestly, people need to get called out. People will be called out. And I was kind of saddened that there was only one Grudge match on Wednesday, but then I thought, you can't have too much of a good thing like that. I think rationing it out to maybe two per week. But honestly, if it's something like this where it's enough of a high profile and there's enough on stakes involved, then yeah. One a week is perfect. Also, if they continue to have Eris on the commentary, you have
Yeah, he needs to be commentating all these matches.
he made it amazing.
Who's the other guy commentating with them? Because
It was John Rios for a moment, which
yeah.
and
Well, Eris is always great. That's all,
yeah. He was doing it by himself for a couple matches. So.
Yeah, that was fine. Like I'd rather listen to him do it all by himself than with someone else.
Yeah. Like somebody else needs to be able to keep up his cadence, which involves some quick thinking.
Just call Steve, I guess. Shit. That's a perfect idea.
Write that down.
Steve and Eris on the mic for grudge matches. Oh my god. But oh man, we need to get some stuff up that happening up here. But everybody up here is so fucking nice to each other. Like,
well, you guys were doing the NorCal Fight Club thing. That was going really well.
No, that was going really well. No, I'm not saying those weren't entertaining or anything. Those are great. I can't wait for the second season of that. I'm gonna try to make it out to some of those. Maybe even play some casuals. But I mean, there's no. I want us to be able to do something where, because we started working out of the Foundry venue now. That's on SRK front page. It's like making articles. Like apparently NorCal's fighting game scene has resurfaced at the Foundry on Folsom Street. And I haven't been there yet, but I'm hearing it's a great venue. It's a cool spot, and they're open to us. And so I'm kind of like, hey, maybe we should take full advantage of this, guys, because it's not like San Francisco specifically has any more venues for this crap. So I've definitely been hearing some rumblings. People were asking me, like, hey, you going to come out to one of these? Maybe bring KOF? And I'm thinking, like, yeah, that sounds kind of nice. I'd like to do that. I heard they play Uniel over there, so that's also cool. And could have a good time once again. Not promising anything, of course, though. Speaking of KOF, isn't there a KOF tournament coming up in NEC that is making a lot of headway because it's actually going to get a pot bonus? And not the kind of pot bonus where you had to put into it. It's a free tournament, apparently. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm confused about.
Yeah, so it's a free tournament. There's like 21, I think $2,000 to $3,000 pot bonus right now. Someone put in $1,000 recently, like just some random guy in the community.
Just like like an entrepreneur, huh?
Pretty much. So, tournament's free to enter. It's standard tournament. And as of right now, we do know confirmed going to the tournament is the number one SoCal player, Mild Wallace.
Sick.
And I think that's about it. Like, he's gonna take it. I don't see anyone else taking this tournament.
Yeah, Pachi KOF might be kind of a good challenge for him, actually. No joking, but I could see Wallace taking all of that money.
Like, I think Romance said he's going. Romance,
but he's not gonna play, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Based on what I saw him put up on Twitter, he's trying to get Shen, Tokido, and a few others to show up.
I mean, they actually might be there anyway, right?
I don't know. I don't think any of those players have shown up to NEC before.
I mean, I feel like they would, because it's still a decent major for them to show up and play Street Fighter at.
That's true. Yeah, and then, well, I don't know who from the States is going. There's also... Wait, did that KOF tournament already happen? I forgot. Yeah. There was a King of Fighters tournament in Houston. I don't know if it's this weekend, or this past weekend, or if it's next weekend. Let me see, I'm sorry. Just carry on with your conversation. Let me figure this...
No, it's... Oh... Oh, man. I didn't know there was a tournament happening in Houston. Like, the last KOF tournament I heard about was the one that was happening at Tiger Uppercut. Was there one at Tiger Uppercut?
I don't know.
I feel like... Yeah, there was. Shin won that. And, apparently there was also a Uniel tournament there, but they didn't stream it.
Womp, womp, womp.
Womp, womp, womp. But that's cool. I'm glad that somebody's, giving a shit again about KOF 13. I mean, other than the people that...
Other than you.
Yes.
What's going on, Kelly?
Hi, Kelly.
I got stuck in traffic. And then there was a spider web.
In traffic?
I have a rough life. Yeah. I had to drive through and I just couldn't deal with it.
Shit was huge!
What's going on?
Not much. We're just talking about North. Was it NEC? Northeast.
NEC.
North. I can't remember what the fuck.
Northeast continent.
Northeast
Yes,
continent. There we go. To the Northeast continent.
Alaska?
Alaska.
Right.
Yeah. Wait. No, that's not right at all.
No, wouldn't it be like Nova Scotia?
I think so.
Isn't that? Oh yeah, it is east. Well, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
so
don't know where Nova Scotia is, so I'm just gonna.
It's in that terrible place we call Canada.
Oh.
That's where Roddy Piper's from.
Oh.
that makes a lot of sense.
See, if Piper wasn't from there, I would not know this place exists.
Yeah, I know. I feel like, what are you talking about here? But no, I was just saying that's really cool that somebody's doing that for KOF, and the rest of the tournament looks like it should be pretty cool. I mean, you got your standard list of people showing up to play. Hot on the heels of West Coast Warzone, which I feel, while it wasn't that big of a spectator event, it was a really big player event, which is really cool because I think that is also just as important as people sitting down putting butts in seats, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, realistically, you wouldn't put any butts in the seat at any major other than EVO anyway.
Realistically, you'd want to put butts in every seat at every major.
Well, you want to, but you probably won't get it. You know, at EVO you can get that because a lot of people would show up just to watch that shit.
Well, same thing with Final Round.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, although I would say with Final Round it's probably more worth it because it's definitely a bigger spectacle in a way.
If you like listening to people talk shit, and if you like talking shit,
That's what I'm saying.
Final Round is better to go to.
I think CEO is kind of a spectacle in and of itself as well.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's the whole like wrestling shit going on.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I think they've polished that in a way that a lot of other guys just aren't catching up with yet because I guess they're afraid of like doing the Jabali thing and like how do
What
they?
people need to do is they also need better ring commentators. You know, people to really egg on the crowd who talk mad trash.
Like, I
think
went to-
I'd be amazing.
I went to CEO like not this last year, but the year before. And it was pretty like cool to see in person because it is like just a big old wrestling ring, and they have kind of a whole they like encourage the players to sort of come on with a lot of flair.
That's
so
cool.
It's definitely cool, but yeah, it's one of those things that I think is cooler in person. So yeah, I consider that kind of a spectator event.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I feel like people need to be doing more often anyway. Even if it's not like totally simulating the wrestling experience, it's gotta sort of just be like, hey man, like there's a crowd of people here that are here to see you either win or lose. So try to make it memorable, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of guys are just content to just walk in there and just be like, ha ha, like I totally came out to Backstreet Boys because I'm a troll. That's my personality.
Wow.
That's my joke, guys. I'm gonna let this rock for 5 more years. I unironically like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, and once again, like we talked about this during NCR or after NCR, the music some of the players came out to was just stupid as shit.
I know, man, and it's such
Hey
a
guys,
waste.
I'm coming out to Hakuna Matata.
It's like it's such a
What a
waste.
wonderful phrase.
Ugh.
Right?
Huh?
It's dumb as shit. Like you can pick so much, like something so much better, but you don't do it. Like you just, hey, I'm gonna come out to this gag. No, you come out. You try to come out as hard as you can. That's what you do.
Yeah, like if you're gonna like try to like not take yourself seriously, then do it in a way that at least makes you look kind of badass. I guess I don't know. That's just
I think
me,
people
though.
don't. I think the problem is that people can come out with stupid music, right? But they don't own up to it.
Yeah.
They just walk out. I'm pretty sure. Actually, this might have been the Evo I didn't go to because 2003. If that had Soul Calibur 2, the story goes that Aris came out to the Super Mario Brothers theme because at the time he was a large man with a beard.
What?
Now he's just a slightly slimmer man with a beard.
Ah.
But he came out to the Mario music, dude. Actually, I don't know if he had the full beard back then.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. That's when he had the mustache.
Yeah,
So that's why he
it
came
was
out to the Mario
just- it
theme.
was just
yeah,
the
just the
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah.
So he just had the thick ass mustache. Comes out to the Mario music. Comes out running. Dude's booking it like he's Mario 3. He's about to get some sick lift. That shit's max to the P.
Oh my god.
He owned it up. if you're gonna come out to some Hakuna Matata and you're just walking out with your hands in your pants, looking at your feet, you fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what a wasted moment.
Yeah.
Like, if it's me, I'm coming out to some fucking, maybe something's fast, something heavy, but that's just me. I would expect...
would come out to... I got 5 on it.
Exactly, right? Popping collars, dropping...
I'd come out to bitches ain't shit.
Damn.
Throwing like blow-up dolls all over the place and shit.
Yeah.
It's just... I don't know. Like, because I know that we tried to emulate that over at NCR, and it was just kind of like, here's one lame joke after another.
When Vineeth came out to Firebrand's theme, I wanted to just slap him across the face.
Yeah, there was actually somebody who had pointed out something really funny he could have done instead of that.
Instead of Firebrand's theme?
Yeah, there was actually something that was...
I'd come out to Sandstorm.
No.
John Choi does that. Like,
Yeah.
you can't steal John Choi's gimmick.
Yeah, you need to fight him for that.
Yeah. I mean, you probably could take him.
Oh, yeah, he's washed up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what would I come out to? Shit.
Make it easy. Just come out to Raining Blood.
Yeah.
That's true. That probably would come out to Raining Blood. And then I would also just be like, hey, you know what? I'm probably going to lose this match, but whatever. I had a sick entrance.
Right?
I threw pig's blood on everybody.
People will not remember the match if your entrance just outshines whatever happened in that match. You can get, like, you can play, like, okay, since you play KOF, you can get, like, triple perfect, okay? Or no, like, you can get perfect 6 times.
Yeah.
Okay, and if your entrance was that good, no one will remember that ever happened.
That's what I'm saying, man. We're getting to that point where we got to step it up, and it's not necessarily in play; it's in the production of all this, the presentation, and it's as much on the production staff as it is on the people showing up on stage and asking to be a part of this stuff. Because like Seg tells me all the fucking time, he's like, "Damn, I wish these guys had some personality. The things I could do with these kids."
Yeah, that's the problem. Lack of personality, and the people that do have personalities, some of them are really shy.
Yeah.
They don't want to, like, oh my god, I don't want to embarrass myself. Look, just go out, say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do. Just do it. Just go.
I find that a lot of them have an easier time if it's someone else sort of like instigating the like making fun of. So it's like they don't want to like seem like a joker themselves, but if someone else is like involving them in a joke, they'll go along with it.
Man,
I agree with that.
If I would like got top 8 in anything, like if I actually like really got good at Undernight and I had opportunity, I would go fucking all out. I'd be like walking by, like giving like fucking handshakes, doing crazy walks and shit up there. I don't give a shit. Like have some, like seriously, have some personality. I mean, I'd either come out to some fucking super American shit or some like actual wrestling thing from someone. Or probably like give me the loot from fucking Biggie Smalls.
Hell yeah.
And I just go like super hard, as hard as I could. And I'd even ask for like the house mic so I could like start talking hella shit or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
like we need to do that
Thank
shit
you.
too. Like grab that shit. Just grab it and be like, my opponent over here,
Some
he's a
people
fucking
just like
chump.
need it instigated against them. Like
Yeah.
they need someone else to like start the shit, and then they'll join. They just can't start it themselves.
And
They're not
that's why low tier God is fucking genius.
Yeah, you got to say it. Like,
You know,
got that much.
I want you to play this song on it, but I'm pretty sure it would immediately get this video marked.
Yeah.
Like,
This okay, so the song you linked to, Alex, just link it in chat for people to see.
yeah, just
That's good. Like, I can come out to this and it will fit me perfectly.
right. Like,
And I can pull this off. I will pull this shit off. I will just treat everyone around me like dirt, talk about my oil money and all this crap. It'll be and like in reality what I would come out to would be something from Lemmy.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
just find some Lemmy shit and then I would
is
find
it time to play the game?
Yeah, not that. Like, I can't pull that off. Like, look, I would love to do that, and I would love to spit water on everyone like Triple H does, but I'm not gonna do that because that's mean. Okay, and then I might have some mouth diseases that I don't know about.
Yeah, you
that I'm
might get
spraying on
sued.
people. See, I don't need the tournaments I'm going to being sued. I sponsor these things. That's just terrible. But yeah, I'd come out to Lemmy, or I would just come out to this just for my peoples. That's it.
Keep
See,
rolling.
I already planned this shit out. I'm coming out to the MacGyver theme, and I'm painting my left arm silver.
Oh shit.
Just hitting both ankles, dude. It's always pick up MacGyver, and then just do like a robot walk up the stage.
Simple as
People
that.
Yeah, people don't know how to be stupid right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we used to have that down pat. Like we used to fucking just go ham on everything, and now it's almost like, oh, I better take it easy in case I lose. That way, people don't say, "Man, he came out hella sick and got chumped. What a dumbass."
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna say that.
Also, people need to do like. Did you? All right, going back to the fucking grudge match thing. That post-match interview with the dude losing.
Oh yeah, dude.
I thought, like, you know what sucked is that he had a couple good points as to why he lost, and he had some rationale as to some of the crappy decisions he did.
I just respected him too much.
Yeah, I know it was yeah. I was like, yeah, it's one of those things. But I really wish more people would start their interview with "Holy shit, I suck." Just like immediately own it. Like, don't try to preface this shit with actual excuses. Just be like, "So why did you lose?" I blow ass. Like, and like then itemize why you blow ass. Like, I try to wake up DP too much. I mash like a dumbass. I can't tech throws worth shit.
I'm in a living fucking hell.
We need, like, okay, screw making this just for top 8. Why don't we just have people come out to this during regular tournaments? So what you do, you pick the schedule of players you want, okay? Just from the first pool or for the first round, and then okay, so what music do you guys want to come out to? Then boom, they just play that shit. They just walk out to it. Like, I can imagine, like, I don't know, like say Ringe coming out to 24s if this guy ever plays Marvel. Like, and we know he doesn't play. He just commentates.
Commentators can come out to stuff. Like Jim Ross used to come on the show all the time.
Like, I can see some of the commentators coming out to shit too, and I want that to happen. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it's got to be something like super laid back though.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't at all.
I cannot see Steve coming out to something super laid back.
No,
but then again, I can see Steve coming out to that shit trash Nickelback garbage.
Oh God.
God damn it.
I'm sorry I ever pointed that out.
Every time I talk about Steve, I just lose respect for him. I love the man, but damn it, I lose respect for him because of this Nickelback shit. Damn it, I just lost more respect.
Oh, what a graph!
Yeah, so we, coming out to music, just coming out to something and playing towards the crowd. That's what I'd like to see more of.
And I think that's mainly what I'm trying to get at here. Is like, it's not really the music. It's just like you gotta recognize that you're on the stage here right now. You know.
Well, in some cases, like say Evo, for instance, you don't really have the chance to play to the crowd too much because you're already on stage and you're waiting for your turn. Like, this is top 8. You're already on stage waiting for your turn to play.
Right.
And, like, what can you do? In most cases, you do it too long, you're holding up the tournament.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, imagine someone just jumping into the, what do they call it, the hype pit or some shit like that? Someone just, like, jumping in there like a mosh pit. And
just crowd surfing?
I forget what they call it. They call it, like, the hype.
Little box thing that they have.
Stupid shit.
They're all the, like...
Oh, yeah, the hype box. There you go.
It's just a box.
Yeah. The box. Imagine someone jumping into the box, dialing 147 for their favorite song, and just going, I hope people get that, damn it. Old people references here, damn it. Alex, I hope you got that, please. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Yeah, but, like, just, like, imagine Justin, instead of doing a barrel roll, just jumping into the crowd, and they just carry him off into the back.
I don't know, I think he might have hit the floor.
Damn.
No, not because he's big or anything, but those guys ain't catching shit.
No one can carry him, man.
So, funny story, I just remembered this, because this was before we had people videotaping everything. One of the war zones where they had Third Strike, I made it top 8. I won the match to get into top 8 that was played on stage by stomping repeatedly, obnoxiously, out of a Genai setup. And as soon as I won, made a comeback with a stomp, I jumped off the stage, nearly stomping somebody in the crowd.
Sick.
And I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. But, did that very low. The part that you heard me yell out was like, fuck yeah! See? That's the right way to be an idiot.
Exactly. Trust me, fool, I've been doing it for years.
Something again.
One
Chris,
day we'll
I'm sad.
What?
See,
I know, man.
This is the problem. You got to get top 8 at something, and top 8 at something that's like mainstream.
Well, not necessarily. Like, this is why I'm talking about these grudge matches are so brilliant. Is like, you don't need to make top 8. Any fucking asshole can be on a grudge match as long as he's got something compelling enough to be on screen. If Alex Valles thinks like, hey, this guy's no good at this game, but the shit coming out of his mouth is fucking golden, he will give you some screen time most likely. I mean,
more like Velociraptor. Ah!
Damn.
Is this a call out now?
I don't know. I actually like John.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
But like, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, so you can totally build this model up to something and almost make it its own event. And I guess it'd be kind of similar to bar fights where they had predetermined matches before and they just did like a set. And even bar fights didn't do that shit right.
Hey, I was the first bar fights match, and I still say I was the best bar fight match. Because the entire time, it was me and Bebop talking shit to each other. I think I like ripped the dress shirt off.
Oh my god!
Just threw it to the crowd. Like, that's how you can get fired up.
Hell yeah, dude. But that's what I mean, man. Like, that shit ain't never happened again, though. Like
Look
people
at this
just
shit,
like,
Chris. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I got top 8 at Evo the year no one cared. I'm like there at 9 a.m. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be a jackass on stage. No one's there. No one gave a fuck. Didn't let me do anything. There was no music. There was no fanfare. I made a life goal possible. I did it. I checked it off. I made top 8 at Evo, and it sucked. It was like having the life goal of like fucking that really attractive person you've always been like jonesing for, and then being a cold fish.
oh man, that's terrible. It's just like
No, it's like, why did I want this?
Damn. So, on to other news-ish.
Do we have other news?
Did we talk about KOF 2K2 and 98?
I think we mentioned that last week, but yeah, we can bring it up again.
Okay,
Them being on
the
Steam.
2 announced for Steam.
Yeah.
Coming out later this year. 2K2 UM's coming out in December. 98 UM Final Edition, which has not seen a console release, is coming out in November. Both of them are on Steam. They're currently in beta. They're being played by some people here and there. And I'm going to assume an open beta is probably going to start for it in October-ish.
Okay. Wait, for 98 or 2K2?
98. It's
Okay.
coming out first. So, yep.
So who would they have testing this?
People.
Just people.
It's like 13 people tested it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it should be cool. I don't know if it's going to come with the original 98 or the original 2K2. That'd be nice.
Only for
But
you.
this will this will be something that people will play for a while. I don't know how long they'll play it for because people don't know this, but 98 UM FE is dead in Japan for the most part. 2K2 UM is still a bigger game. Like, no one really cared much for 98 FE.
Why was that?
Different reasons. Like, they still stuck to playing original 98. Like, same thing with UM. Like, 98 UM came out, people still played 98. And 98 UM is a more balanced game. In reality, it's a better game. And then 98 UM FE is, from just by what I've seen and reading all the changes, it's the best version of 98. But, you have idiots.
They're not paying for balance, man.
Yeah, you have idiots out there, like idiots like me, who will still say 98 is the true 98, and they will just play 98. Like yeah, I'm just gonna play 98. Like, I'll play FE. I'm gonna play it.
You guys realize you're like, the people that want to play like, Unit version 1, right?
No.
That's the same shit.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
How is it the same shit?
Because you want to play a broken fucking game.
Okay. Didn't you tell me like in the original Undernight you have like one
yeah,
touch?
100 one touches.
There is okay. The only one touch death that I can think of off the top of my head is if you get a level 2 Galactic Phantom counter hit with Ralph. That's it.
That happens.
That's instant death. No matter how much life you have, instant death. How often does this shit happen? How stupid does someone have to be to get? Oh, hey, Anthony, I hit you with Galactic Phantom before. Damn, you like that?
He's not even gonna unmute himself for that.
You didn't have it last time we played. You got your ass whooped.
Oh!
You did not look at the score, homie.
Got him.
Call your ass Cool Whip.
Yeah, but I think the games will do okay. It's gonna be a nice change, and it should be. It's gonna be one of those things that the new KOF scene is gonna have to adjust to because these two games don't play like 13.
Well, obviously,
so they're gonna have to learn a whole not learn a whole new game, but adjust to a whole new game.
It's faster. It's a lot faster.
Motion, like the motions are the same. What am I saying? The game feels different than 13.
Well, it's a lot faster. It's easily like maybe twice as fast as 13.
No, it's not. It's not a matter of speed. It's the way it feels. How fast you have to do motions is different. The way the game moves visually doesn't seem as fast as 13. But
no, that's the same.
Yeah, motions are stricter, and just timing is stricter as well. Yeah. But we'll see how it turns out. I have mixed hopes for this. I want it to do well, but I know in reality it's going to die. Like, not die, but die out really fast just because it's not 13.
I think they're striking the iron way too late.
Like, yeah, if this came out earlier this year, basically mid last year to early this year, it would have been perfect. Like when it initially was put in the Steam database.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect, but it didn't happen. Here we are a year and a half later, and
people are like, already forgotten that even happened.
Yeah, I know, right?
And the only thing that they even got somewhat interested in was like SNK making a new KOF game supposedly, and then a week later announcing that they had copyrighted all these old patents or repatented these old patents.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just thinking, like, man, maybe they were just like trying to like put it all out on Steam, which is, that's kind of cool. Last Blade 2 will be on Steam, maybe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just re-released that whole line, because back in the PS2 days where like every game they made had netcode and everything.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be surprised if they just start re-releasing all those.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Like 11, Battle Coliseum, those two games need to come out on Steam.
Totally.
Like those two games, like outside of KO 13, those were probably the biggest games outside of Japan. Like, or not outside of Japan, in the States at least. 11 and Battle Coliseum were huge.
Yeah, I mean, like
for SNK games, I should say.
When Battle Coliseum came out on the Xbox, it actually got a pretty big like response.
Yeah, it did. It did really well.
And it was had better netcode than Mark of the Wolves, so people were like, "There's nothing to complain about."
Oh, God damn it! Everything had better online than Mark of the Wolves.
Yeah, I know. I was so mad about that.
Okay, so let's see what else. Oh yeah, we've got questions again. Look at this.
Questions. Questions.
Once again from our good buddy Chaz Moses. He says he's got another question for us guys. What are some of your favorite fighting game backgrounds?
Some of my favorite fighting game backgrounds.
So backgrounds in fighting games. Chris?
Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to pull this up on the internets so I can...
Alex, how about you?
There we go.
Since you probably know what it is.
Tower of Arrogance.
And that is?
That is the Darkstalkers 3 or Vampire Savior background where you're fighting on the side of a fucking building. Like, it's the one with the perspectives all weird. There's like a helicopter in the distance, and you're just staring down at traffic the entire time. Like, I thought that's a really neat idea for a background.
Mm-hmm.
I have mine now.
Okay, what is yours, Chris?
It's the classroom in Project Justice.
Man.
With the low ceiling.
You mean the one where Kyosuke has the infinite in the arcade?
Yes. But it's not just because of that. But there's just something really satisfying about Rocket uppercutting some guy, and he just gets fucking plastered to the ceiling.
Wasn't that Rival Schools and not Project Justice?
No,
that's Project Justice.
That's Project Justice.
Really?
Rival Schools had a high ceiling for some reason. They altered it for Project Justice because they're like, there's no fucking way that there's a ceiling this high in a classroom.
I guess.
But yeah, that was just something really cool about, like, like uppercut, like launcher. Pff, oh, it's kind of like that Mortal Kombat 2 stage with the spikes on the ceiling. That shit's just hilarious to me.
Anthony?
I don't know. I totally can't think. A lot of the 99 backgrounds speak to me a lot, considering that was like one of the first King of Fighters games I played, especially on the Evolution
the
version.
99 Museum stage on Evolution was so good.
Yeah. Fetus of God's pretty cool from Darkstalkers. The train one from Vampire Hunter.
Oh, that's cool.
No, wait, the train one?
Yeah.
That's Savior.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, because I remember fighting Pyron on that stage, isn't it?
No, Iron Horse, Iron Tayer. That's Savior 2 that you were playing.
Oh, Jesus. No! No, please, God, no!
My whole life's been a lie!
Well, that one was good, though. And a lot of the Darkstalker stuff just looks so nice. There's got to be some more. I just can't think of any stages at the moment, but there are definitely a lot of good ones out there.
Like, this is the one you're thinking of, right, Tony? Chris, you might want to share that with the stream there.
The crowd.
Yeah.
No. I don't. What is this? I mean, yes, it is, but what the hell is this?
What the fuck?
Oh, wow, that shit looks sick.
What?
Well
Yes,
played.
Savior.
Look at that.
Oh,
That's
that's
Iron
bright.
Horse. Yeah. Iron Horse. Iron Terror. Spooky skeleton in the bag, piloting the fucking
I don't
train
like
into
this
the
shit.
underworld. Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Kelly, you still around? Okay, we lost the Kelly.
Well, Kelly's dead.
Yep. Mine, like I don't really think too much into these things, but my favorite one that I can think of is the House on Fire in Last Blade 2.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
That, like, all the backgrounds in Last Blade 2, just Last Blade 2 in general is a beautiful game. Outside of that, what else can I think of? There's the Art of Fight. I think it was Art of Fighting 2 Robert stage, where he's just got his mansion and Lambo in the back. It's not one of my favorites, but I just find it hilarious. Samurai Showdown has just nice stages. They don't look like, they're not very well done, but just the concept is good. And 96 had a good chunk of good stages. I liked Seeger's stage from Samurai Showdown 2.
Yeah,
Just fighting in front of an army in front of your king. That shit's sick.
There's something epic about that.
Yeah. What else is there that I can think of? CVS 2. Or, I'm sorry, not CVS 2. CVS 1. I call it the final fight stage. The one where it's the brick wall in the background.
Oh yeah.
All that shit. Like, it starts off with the car, like the 8-bit car crashing, and then it just, boom, final fight music hits, and then you just start fighting.
Yeah.
That's sick. I always liked the I guess it was the Kyokugen Dojo in CVS 1 that breaks apart
Oh yeah.
while you're fighting. That was fun.
CVS 1 had a lot of good stages.
Yeah, CVS 1 presentation-wise blew away everything CVS 2. Like, everything.
You know what stage was actually pretty cool now that I was thinking about it? Marvel Superheroes, the Shumagorath stage, because it was infinite.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could always keep breaking the walls on the left or right,
yeah.
and it would go to, like, a different part of it.
Mhm.
That shit was tight, and they had, like, fucking space dinosaur bones in it. Shit's tight as fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. The Danger Room from Children of the Atom.
That one's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Fucking NYC,
Oh shit.
Subway, you know, that's my boy right there.
Yep.
You know, the backgrounds in KOF 2000 were pretty good. Like, the desert stage, that was neat. I like that one.
They started reusing backgrounds at that point, right?
No.
When did they start reusing? Because I know there's definitely, by the time it came around to 11, there were definitely like the freaking temple stage has definitely been used before.
No, the temple stage hasn't been used before.
Yeah. It's like I've definitely seen that freaking that face statue in other SNK games.
Oh, I'd have to look at it again.
Yeah.
One stage that I liked, it doesn't look great, but I really liked it, was KOF, I think it was 95. Is it 94 or 95? The one, it's the Ikari Warriors stage, where you see like a baboon in the background, a crashed helicopter, and like natives just chilling, like watching people fight, like, yeah, come on, get down, yeah.
On location in Brazil.
What about the 94 Rugal stage?
That one's good.
You know what stages were tight were the fucking, like, the ones where SNK went nuts with the detail, like the Omega Rugal stages where there's like wiring and fucking machinery everywhere.
Yeah.
No, one of the better ones I think was 96, the final stage in 96 where the arena is just destroyed and everything's flying around all over the place. That shit's really good. I gotta find, like, I'm looking for gifts right now to show people, but they don't have the good ones.
I actually found some site once that had a bunch of the fighting game backgrounds in GIF form.
Like, here's what I'm looking at right now, just for you guys to reference. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about this next week.
Yeah, we also had another question.
Yeah. And this question reads, I turned 33 this weekend. Every birthday I think about how what I get out of fighters has changed over time. How has it for you all? From Drew Redmage.
I mean, I obviously don't derive as much joy as I used to out of them. That's mostly because I suck and I get my ass kicked at everything. So, I mean, I still get a good charge. You know, like it's definitely. I still definitely like just hope to be competent in things I enjoy. I don't want to be the best necessarily. I just want to, like, you know, be able to point out this is why I suck or this is why I'm kind of good. So that's what I get out of fighting games now.
Anthony?
Fighting games has been a type of game that I've always liked. It usually stems probably from like my old life of beat 'em ups, but I was never the person to really be that great at them. I like playing them with friends, obviously. But as time went on, what really got to me out of fighting games was just the thought about game development and things in general, and really being on an administrative side of fighting game tournaments and things like that. Like, it's really cool to go out and meet new people and to try and actively support something that you just generally enjoy. So that's kind of what I get more out of it. Like, I'm pretty much certain that I'll never be great at like anything, but I'm like totally complacent with that, because more importantly than that to me is I want other people to have great experiences out there. And that's pretty much what I get out of fighting games.
Yeah, you're never gonna be great with that attitude. Goddamn.
I want to be great at making other people happy, so that's all that matters.
Huh. Alex?
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Might leave in a body bag. Never in cuffs. That's what I got out of it.
All right.
Yeah, see?
Shit's hardcore.
Also, decision making. Honestly, I think I can attribute any success I have to being able to make decisions faster and better than most people. All thanks to the magic of getting swept 30 times in a row while sucking at third strike at FFA, and then suddenly realizing, wait a minute, I can block, and I'm Q, and I can punish the shit out of this guy.
Oh man, Shoto sweeping you?
Yeah, dude, fucking Shoto sweep. Oh, you thought it was safe at max range? B. Fucking rush super. Ah.
I like it.
But yeah.
Oh, I also want to go back and say for the stages, Art of Fighting 3, Siesta Cafe, that stage is awesome.
Oh yeah, that stage is good.
I really like the music on it too.
Art of Fighting 3 was a very pretty game.
You're
But,
a
you know,
pretty game.
Not mechanically.
Thank you. Hey,
It had
mechanically.
Jinfuha.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, the game has Jin Fuha and Carmen Cole.
What?
Think about that. The two of the greatest and most underappreciated fighting game characters ever. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, Oswald's a pimp. He beats you down in the suit and shit." Nah, man. Carmen Cole's been doing this for years. Carmen Cole like predates fucking Oswald by at least 10 years, I think.
10?
At least like
When
think,
did Art of Fighting 3 come out?
like 96.
Oh, shit.
And
Really?
KOF 11 came
Oh,
out
2006.
2004 to 2006, around there
Yeah.
somewhere. It's about 10 years. Carmen Cole's the shit.
Damn.
Fighting games for me, it was just a form of like to talk shit and humiliate people. That's all it was with me when I was younger. I mean, I was good, and now I'm not. Here I am, not good anymore. And wait, is the call still up, guys?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It just told me there's a problem with the call.
You're the
it's
problem with the call.
It's Kelly. Okay. So yeah, that's all I can think of. It's just when I was younger, it was a good way for me to just release some anger and stress without like getting into physical altercations with people. And now it's just like, look at me. I beat people one-handed in fighting games. Chris, I'm pointing at you.
Yeah, I know. I
So-
can. Yeah.
And it's not just you. I do it with a bunch of other people. Like, I'll if any of you want to play me one-handed in a game, I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
He will.
I'll play. And if it's a Mark of the Wolves, don't put money on it because you will lose.
Yeah.
Okay, I've beaten everyone I've played one-handed in Mark of the Wolves, and that's something that's taught me too. I don't need two hands to do something that I can do with one hand. See, I got one hand. I can play the game and eat a taco at the same time. You know how good eating a taco and playing fighting games are at the same time?
I'm just saying, one day you're going to beat somebody that you shouldn't have one-handed. He's going to be like, well, since you do not need hand, I shall take it from you.
No, that's never gonna happen. No one ever seriously talks shit to me, and I hate
I
that.
know.
Makes me sad. I want someone to talk shit to me, just so I could stand up and stare them down, and then they walk away. Okay. Anyway, that's it for the questions.
I think that's it, yeah. I mean, we never really officially announced a question and answer segment, but if people start sending it in, we're going to answer them. We'd love to hear from you guys.
You and I announced a question and answer section about 2 years ago.
Oh, shit, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. And we officially had two questions. One was from Hanzo Gonzo. The other was from Lord Walkman. And the Lord Walkman question, we just decided to bring his dumbass on the show. And then for some stupid reason, he never left.
Yeah. Kind of just lives in the basement now.
If you guys have any questions, just let us know. Just shoot us a tweet at SDRcast, and we'll answer them on the next show.
Yeah.
We'll
This
usually. Well, go on, Chris.
I was gonna say this is completely different than the show that sucks' question and answer segment.
Yeah, like what we'll do is I'll put all the questions aside and then bring them up for the next show.
Yeah.
So ask us anything. Some things, we won't answer, and I'll send you a tweet back telling you no, we're not gonna answer that shit.
Yeah.
Also, stop asking questions or doing shit in the Twitch chat. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, we don't interact with Twitch chat much, as you guys have noticed on stream. We'll talk to you guys while we're doing the show. Like, we'll talk to you guys in chat, but we won't actively engage with you.
All right. And if you don't have a Twitter, find a friend that does. Ask him or her to ask the question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple.
And, as always, we're all nerds. Follow us on the Twitters. You can follow Hell Pockets at Hell Pockets, Kelly at Ayaikun, Alex at Mecha MacGyver. Learn how to spell that, people, because I know most people don't know how to spell it.
Yeah, it's a little
Lord
difficult.
Walkman at Lord Walkman. I mean, that's easy. And me at Manchester. We've got some guy that's not here. You don't need to worry about following him. He doesn't care anyway. So, that about wraps it up, guys. Covers it.
I think
we're good here.
That's it. Yeah.
Yay! From everyone here at Super Desperation Radio, this is your boy Mecha MacGyver wishing you good night and fuck you.